We need more iron, guys. I've processed all the stuff that Grim mined for us, all the stuff we had mined before, and it was not enough. So we're gonna go test out this pick right now. Welcome back, guys, to episode 14 of Beavelguy Plays TerraFirmaPunk. We're on Grimcore's TFPunk'd server. And yeah, we're out of iron. Didn't have anywhere near enough of it. We need a ton of this stuff to finish off the blast furnace and to make some more progression with Cogs of the machine. So last episode we finished off, and it turns out that the pendulum isn't really enough to power that servo table. So we're going to fix that today. But as usual, we've got a lot of work to do. So let's see if this pickaxe makes things any easier. It's enchanted with Fortune 2, Efficiency 3. See lots of badness on the map. Okay, let's give this a try. I can live with that. I mean, that was pretty quick, right? Okay. Okay, more. More. Oh no, is that water? Where's the water coming from? Where is the water coming from? I made it worse. Okay, hold on. You and you. Got it. Haha. Hopefully we didn't lose too much iron there. We've got to remember to keep using the torches. I like how it's just getting the iron when I do this, actually. That's pretty cool. My goodness. This is the quickest mining trip ever. Wonder how much we got already. Let's take all this out. Got all this. I needed more basalt for building with anyway. Oh my goodness, that giant farm was the best thing ever. Now, how are we picking all this up, you might ask? Well, I came prepared. I did not just stumble into this with no inventory space. What I have done is I've taken Grim's and miner's backpacks. So digger's backpacks are slowly getting filled. We've got 11 stacks of iron already. Not bad. Okay. I'm just going to keep tearing into this. We're going to get as much iron as possible. I'm going to get back to processing it. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, it's the next real life day now. Gotta say I was in two minds about how to do this episode, but I've been doing like an absolute ton of work off camera, mined up a whole bunch of that iron vein, and it's still going. I haven't even finished it yet. But all those miners' backpacks, completely filled them. Filled the diggers' backpacks with like cobble, you know, like the rocks and stuff for basalt. So we got a ton of basalt rocks too, which is good because we're gonna need those for the mob farm I'm going to be building. And I think the mob farm's actually going to be next episode now. I really wanted to do it this episode, but this is something you guys can actually help me with. My plan for today was to just skip through all of the progression. And let me just show you, because we've been doing tons of processing. So I've got like iron bloom in here. We've got all these iron ingots. I've also made this. We've got our max size blast furnace now. So that took a long time processing all of that iron, welding it, turning into the sheets. I definitely wasn't going to show that on camera just because like 2 episodes, we had an episode where there was a massive section with me just basically making iron sheets. So I wasn't going to show you that again. See from the outside, we finally got the whole thing plated up, so that's good. Max size blast furnace. I mean, I processed more as well. And we had processed everything that Grim mined for us and all that big chunk of the stuff from that mining trip we did at the start of the episode. Got all these iron blooms ready to process. All of this iron still left to go, and all of this iron, and it can easily get more. Those pickaxes make it actually pretty easy. They make the mining fast, and the ore processing just still takes a million years. And I gotta say, making this again, and I've made many max-sized blast furnaces before, this is not my first time, but every time I make one, I'm reminded of how painful it actually is. I kind of want to get into automated ore processing as soon as possible, but I mean, that's not going to be in the next few episodes. That's something I'm starting to plan for in my head. But yeah, to finish off the Cogs stuff, which I want to do, don't necessarily need to, but definitely want to do before we make the mob farm, because we're going to be using a lot of Cogs machines in that. I needed steel, right, to, let's have a look, to, you know, get the steam-powered mechanism to drive this servo table and make other bits and pieces as well. Like I need let me just load it up because I can never remember the names of anything. It's the liquid drainer. We're going to use the liquid drainer in the mob farm, and we're going to need to make a whole ton of fans. So these mechanical boards, the cheapest recipe for those uses mechanical cane, so I want to make one of these. All that requires the servo table. So we need steam power, and that means we need a lot of iron, a lot of steel. So yeah, fair enough. Went to process all of that. What I was planning to do was just to do all of that off camera and then just go straight into the Cogs, and I thought, no, I mean, this is a Let's Play series. You guys probably want to see the big progression milestones, right? And one of those is going to be upgrading this Anvil, which is what we're about to do right now. I say about to because it's still going to take a lot of off-camera work. But in preparation for that, I have made a wrought iron tier. You can tell it's fresh. It's still hot out of the oven. And I thought you guys might want to see us making our very first batch of steel. So we come out here on this little porch area. This is the chimney for our blast furnace. If I remember this right, we could do 20 pieces of iron because it's max size. We need 20 pieces of flux and some charcoal. And then, oh, let's just do like an extra 7 pieces of charcoal. Come down here. Light this sucker with our flint and steel. And now we're going to have to wait for it to heat up. Yeah, it takes a long time. A lot of people start pumping the bellows very, very early. And honestly, I used to be one of them. As soon as I put it in, I'd be in my routine of pump, wait a few seconds, pump some more. But it turns out that's not needed. If I'd read Kitty's Mythbusters post, I would have known this, but Wayla kind of proves it. You can see in the bottom right there, it tells you the temperature of the blast furnace. So even though there's nothing, I mean, you can see this, this interface doesn't really tell you a whole lot. I guess it's equivalent to looking at what color the coals are inside the machine. But Wayla tells us that it's currently very hot, and pumping it's not going to make any difference. This thing will heat itself up at about the same speed until it gets to like yellow-white or something like that. And then you have to pump the bellows to get it past that stage. And if you start pumping it before then, you're just wasting charcoal. Like completely wasting your charcoal. Not that we have any shortage of charcoal. So it wouldn't be the end of the world, but there's just no point to it. It's just more clicking for no point, for no reason. So faint red. I'm going to take in fact, you know what? You guys have probably seen this all before. I'm going to cut now, and I'll cut back in as we're making, not the end of the first batch, but the end of the last batch we need to make the steel anvils. So I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, and there we go. So it gets itself up to this point where it's between yellow, white, and white, and then you just start pumping it, and it'll slowly get higher. We're going to make sure there's a ceramic mold in your crucible underneath it, because that's going to catch the pig iron as it slowly leaches out of the blast furnace. Now that it's nice and hot, it'll start melting and coming through. We hope. Ah, server, my hero, saved the world. Yeah, you can sort of see from the tooltip it's starting to melt out now. And you'll see in here it's starting to fill up the ceramic molds. Let's just keep pumping it every so often. You don't have to be like spamming it all the time. It's just a waste of charcoal. And funnily enough, I am actually starting to run a little bit low on that now. Even with 6 coke ovens, it can't seem to keep up very well. Yep, there we go. That's 1. We should be able to get all 5 of these out before these solidify, or just as they're starting to solidify. Making sure our charcoal is staying above the level of the ore. Yeah, that one. I do find you don't want to leave it too long before you put the next mold in, because if too much liquid pig iron builds up in here, you're going to have to reheat the crucible to get it out again, and that's no fun. Okay, it's the last little bit. Take those out. And now, yeah, this should have just turned solid. Pop your pig iron into the anvil. Oh, can I remember how to do this? I've been trying to work out my little routine here. I don't think this is the most efficient way yet, but it's decent. It's decent. It's always time to tweak. We're going to be making plenty of steel over time. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's not even solidified yet. Okay, last one. This has been... You're doing the same thing so many times in a row and your brain just stops working. You're in that point between it being like a muscle memory and still wanting to think about it. But yeah, so I got a bunch of steel there. And I have pre-made a bunch of stuff for us. So 1, 2... and these, that's them. And grab these out of here. Oh, crying out loud. Is that what I wanted? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do these ones as well before they cool off. Okay, and you. Oops, wrong one. You. Too much clicking. Oh, no. Yes, we made it. Recovered it. I don't know what if it's the shaders or if it's Optifine or what's making these ingots go weird colors, but they are really messing me up. Let's have a look. Those ones, and which one was it? That one, okay. And then 1 ingot left. You and you. Back to the anvil. Boom. And that is going to be our steel anvil. So let's craft that. And now we are officially in the Steel Age. Yay! I want that back. Yes, thank you. I'll melt that down off camera. It's a good bit of iron. Or maybe Grim will want it, actually. I've heard he's moving to a new base. If you haven't seen his... Well, I guess it won't be the latest when this comes out. He's planning on doing something pretty cool. Not too far from here, actually. Still be nearby. But maybe he wants an anvil. I'll have to ask him, see if he wants it. But yeah, okay. I am going to keep making a bunch of steel. And maybe some more iron as well. And then I'll cut back in, and we can actually finish off that stinking stuff upstairs. See you in a bit, guys. Okay, I'm just off to grab some fresh water, because I think we are finally there. I'm gonna need a bucket as well. There's one in here, I'll borrow it for now. I can return it afterwards. There we go. That's where we've been making our bread. Yeah, so, I mean, that wasn't actually too... Oh, coke ovens need refilling again. I'll do that afterwards. I'll do that after. You may have noticed I made a steel sword, and then I went over to the XP farm, and I enchanted it. Got Smite 4, which, well, it's not as bad as people make out. It's good against, like, zombie pigmen and zombies and skeletons and stuff. And we're not fighting a lot else, so it's not terrible, but I was hoping for... Well, I'm breaking, actually. Made a couple of steel scythes and enchanted those. One's got silk touch and efficiency. The other one's got like, well, actually it's pretty good. I'll show you. Is it this one? Efficiency 4. I don't know if that's altogether necessary, but this one's got efficiency 4. I'm breaking 3, which is what I wanted. And silk touch. In fact, I'm a little bit curious as to what this does. Let's try this out together. Just quickly. Just a quick poke at the tree. What happens? Oh. Oh my. Aspen leaves, though. This is hickory. Can we... Okay, now I need... Oh, and the rain starts. Oh, is it late enough to sleep yet? Oh, it might actually be. Yes, we can get rid of the rain. One moment. Sorry, guys. Oh, snow. Yeah, early winter. It's that time again. Okay. And I'm gonna be, like, stinking in a minute as well. Can I place these? No, they disappear. That's a real shame. Well, that one's sticking. Huh. I'll mess around with that later. Now is not the time. Now is the time for sandwiches and gears. Cogs of the machine. Let's get our food. See, I thought I was prepared. The rain just completely threw me there. I was like, it's fine, we'll work through the night. We'll have some nice atmospheric lighting. No, apparently not. The game doesn't want us to. But anyway, we've got this steam generator and the steam motor to craft. So, this is going to take one boiler, 2 of these rivets, 4 in fact, I think it was. Yeah, 1 metal iron bars in the top. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. We have to make our... So this is my problem. I'm really terrible at remembering what to make. So 2 glass. We've got these galvanized iron ingots. These are a pain to make, by the way. You need your double iron ingot to make 2, so 2 iron for 2 iron, right? But the zinc sheet, that's 2 more zinc, and it has such a low tolerance for heat. If like it's still in the gray, like the very hots or something when it's weldable, so you have to be really careful with it. Make this stuff. But yeah, let's see. Make our 2 steam containers. Now I think we're ready. Made this boiler as well. It's pretty easy. It's just brass plates around rhyolite. Around a brick oven. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And what were the last 2 ingredients? 2 more steel sheets. Okay, steam generator. That's step 1. And then the motor. The only thing I pre-made on that was this turbine, because I had to make it on the anvil, and I didn't want you guys to stop and watch me working on the anvil yet again. So let's see that there. I made these cogs on the anvil as well, actually. They're made with just an iron double ingot. They're actually not too expensive. Sheet. You guys in the corners, and then, what was it, steam container? Yeah, excellent. Okay. Now let's get rid of this nonsense. We're going to put down our steam generator with our steam motor. Oh, that's not how I wanted it. Let's see. Like, yeah, that'll do. So we can see that what's going on inside. Take our golden cogwheels back again. And now we need to fill this thing with water, which is what we've got this barrel full of fresh water for. Where can I put this that isn't going to be in the way there? Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I can live there for now. Oh, we're going to have to fill this the manual way, aren't we? 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah, we've got it full now. And if I just throw my charcoal in... starts producing steam, is trapped by the steam motor. These are spinning much faster now. And look at that already, we're basically done. Oh, finally. Go on, Clockwork Cane. Yes, now we can do the cheaper recipe for those boards. That's going to be much, much better. I'm actually... Whoa. That ate all of that charcoal. No. That must be some kind of bug. Do we have more charcoal? Oh man, I can't believe how much fuel that just swallowed. Let's see, we got another 32 here. That'll do for now. Yeah, it's not looking so good. There's one more thing I wanted to make, but I can't remember what it requires. Yeah, really, it just swallows it. Huh, well I guess that'll last a while. I'm not going to put all that in there because I probably need some more in a minute. We want to make this liquid drainer, so what do we need for that? Let me just grab the stuff for this, guys. I'll be right with you. Okay, we're finally there. This is the item I've been wanting for episodes now. It's giving us the ability to move water source blocks around before we get to red steel, and that's going to be very, very helpful to me when making this mob farm. Which will be next episode, I promise. But we're going to craft this thing right here. How long is this going to take? Quite a while, it looks like. Once we got this, that's sort of the key piece. And we've got that clockwork cane now, so that's going to make crafting those mechanical boards much cheaper. Well, a little bit cheaper. What I'm going to be doing between this episode and the next one is crafting up all of the fans that I need. So I might have to go farm some more brass. I actually got some when I was getting XP a little while ago, so we'll see how far it gets us. I need a lot of these fans, you'll see why. And a bunch of these pendulums and things. We're going to do some crafting off camera, so we're ready to go next episode. And we're almost there. Yes, success! Oh, I don't even want to think about how long that would have taken with me manually cranking the thing. Oh, well, at least it's good to go now. We could use this for anything else that needs to be made in the servo table as well. And we've completed one tech tier. This Cogs of the Machine, I think we have mastered now. So that's great. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm looking forward to making the next episode, actually. It's going to be good fun. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.